Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am a little late this month, but I was out of town the last week of May, so I know y'all will forgive me, but I'm actually here to do my May favorites. I almost said June because it's June. I'm all like summer. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I'm all mixed up. So let's go ahead and jump right in because I feel like quite a few things, but maybe it won't take as long to talk about. I have mostly makeup. I don't have any skincare. I will say I was going to talk about the Beautycounter Countercontrol face wash and toner, but I know I've talked about them before and I still might talk about them again next month because truly they have saved my hormonal skin this past month and every month before then. Anytime I feel like I'm having some breakouts or some bumps that aren't as noticeable as breakouts to other people, but I can feel a lot of texture on my skin, I will use those products and within a couple of days, they're gone. So I will say I'm going to give an honorable mention and link those down below because I'm still absolutely loving them. And I will talk about one food item before I get into the makeup items. And this is something I posted a picture of on my Instagram stories, talking about how good it was, a different flavor than this. But this is from Kalot, I think, K-A-L-O-T Superfood brand, and it's their fruit and almond butter. So this one in particular is with dark chocolate and coconut. This is a no sugar added almond butter. Let's see. It has dry roasted almonds, dates, shredded coconut, coconut oil, organic virgin coconut oil, unsweetened cocoa, vanilla, and sea salt. So all pretty whole ingredients. This stuff is amazing. I eat a lot of almond butter. If you missed my favorite foods, a very large truck next to our house. If you missed my favorite foods video, you may not know I personally respond best to high fat diets. So I eat a lot of fat, a lot of healthy fats all throughout the day, almond butter being one of those fats. I first got this in the blueberry cinnamon flavor, and then I got it in the cherry and vanilla flavor, and then I'm trying the dark chocolate and coconut. I will say my favorite is the blueberry and cinnamon. They have little dried, tiny little dried blueberries in them with a real nice cinnamon flavor. So good. They're all good, but my favorite is definitely the blueberry. I had a lot of people ask me on my stories where I got it. I personally found it at Kroger in the same section as peanut butter, but I'm sure that you can also find it on Amazon. I will try to link that down below if you can, but I have been absolutely loving this. I put it in my smoothies. I eat it by the spoonful. Like, I love that almond butter. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into makeup. Pretty much everything I'm going to talk about I have on my face today because it's what I've been wearing for the past couple weeks if I've been wearing makeup. And I say that because when I was at the beach the last week in May, I didn't wear makeup. I rarely ever wear makeup on the beach. But all the other times, most of the other times, I have been wearing these products. So let's go ahead and start out with complexion first. Most of these I have on my face today, but the main star of the show is the Tom Ford Flawless Glow Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 30. I did an entire review on this. This is just what it says. It's a flawless glow foundation. It lasts all day long on me. It provides the most perfect light to light medium coverage, which is all I want, especially this time of year. I love the color on me right now. It's just so nice. If you want to hear more about it, go check out the full review. I will say the one flaw on this is the fact that it does contain chemical sunscreens, which is definitely not my favorite at all. But as far as the foundation overall, it is absolutely glorious. And I will say that my favorite combination so far, and I don't even know if I really want to put these in as my favorites, I'm just telling you what my favorite combination is with that, is the Pores Be Gone Matte Primer from First Aid Beauty. I just have this little deluxe sample. And the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Setting Powder. That's what I have on my face today with it. It's what I've been wearing for the past like 3 or 4 days. This is just a regular, like, looks white, but it's really a translucent setting powder. It just works well. It ensures that there is absolutely no separation of the foundation. It just looks so good all day long. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, it was Saturday. I had to get up really early and do my makeup because I had a wedding. I had 9 faces. When I got home, I was so exhausted. I didn't wash my face until like 11 o'clock that night, and I'm not kidding you, it still looked as good as when I first put it on. I can't say enough about this foundation and that combination. So even though these aren't technically on their own my favorites, because I really haven't tried them with any other foundation, I will still link them below in case you want to check them out. Now another primer I'm going to talk about is this one, and I was sent this from Octoly, and the reason that I don't have it on today is because it was in my kit, and I have been using it in my kit, and I really do like it. This is the Clarins Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch Base. So the, what is it? The Clarins Flash Balm has always been a staple in many makeup artist kits. I have never tried that one. I've wanted to for a very long time. When I saw this, I did want to try it, and I'll tell you, you can see how much I've used it. It comes with this little spatula to help get it out of the container. This is a very thick, very reminiscent of like a Tarte, the Poreless setting, what is it called? The primer that's in the pot, the real thick one. It's very similar to that. It's very like a silicone, very thick silicone feel to it. The difference I find, and I'm not kidding you, like I wish you could see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the difference in my hands, but this is so smooth. The difference I find is that this one smooths out way better. It's not as thick. I always had trouble on myself, at least, with the Tarte one pilling on me, even when I use the very smallest amount, because with products like this, you don't need to use a ton. And I just couldn't get it to work for me. It felt too heavy. So this is basically what I wanted the Tarte one to be. And I used it on probably 7 out of the 9 people at that wedding that I just talked about. And it was so nice. I really concentrated just on the T-zone. It mattifies nicely. It fills in fine lines and pores nicely. The foundation smoothed over everything nicely. I have also used this myself, and I just really like it. So if you want the effects of the Tarte like putty primer, but for some reason it didn't work out for you, like myself, I would definitely check this one out because it now has a home in my kit, and I'll be using it on many clients. So thank you, Clarins and Octoly, because I am loving that. Now, a couple of powder, like face products that I've been using, again, all of which I have on my face today. This one, I'm going to keep for eyes because I've been using that one on the eyes. So truly just 2 things. And it is the Osmosis Color Highlighting Quad. I showed this in my Premiere Look haul, and this is absolutely beautiful. So it's what I have on my skin today. I feel like it's very natural looking as far as highlighters go. It gives a really lit from within glow. It does not highlight any texture or anything that you don't want highlighted, but it gives you such a gorgeous glow, and I have not been able to put this down. I've also used this on my eyes. It's just perfect. So I actually mix all of the colors together. So I'll swatch all of them and see if you're going to be able to see it. It's so subtle on the swatch. I don't even, yeah, you can see it right there. But then when you blend it out or buff it out, oh, it's just so pretty. So if you, I mean, I'm going to have a top 5 highlighter video, I promise. But what I look for in something, a highlighter that I love, it's something that doesn't accentuate texture, something that doesn't look like a stripe on my face, something that blends out well when I use my buffing powder and my duo fiber brush, but doesn't completely pick up all the highlight and take it away. There's so many things that I look for in a highlight that's my favorite, and I have others. But this month, it's been this one. I just haven't been able to put this one down, so I absolutely love that. Osmosis skincare did not work out for me, but their makeup so far has been spot on. I love it. Another one, I hope y'all can still get this on Chanel.com. I will obviously link it if you can, but this is a limited edition blush that I honestly thought was gone forever. I wanted it when it first launched, and then I was on Chanel.com and saw it, and I immediately picked it up because I truly thought that I wasn't going to be able to get it. And this is the Tweed Beige blush. So if you watch Abby Bliss White, you have seen this on her channel. She ended up getting it after I told her that I ordered it and how beautiful it was, and now we are both head over heels in love with this blush. This is in the same square packaging that most Chanel blushes come in, same size and everything, but it is packaged a little bit differently within the component. So it is going to have, or it's not going to have, it does have like a more of a rectangle with the brush versus the circle that like the Jouer contrast blushes have. So love this blush. I talked about this, where did I talk about this? I swatched it somewhere. What video was it? I don't remember, but This is it right here. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, which I love. It's what I have on my cheeks right now. Anything that's going to give me more glow, I'm all about. I don't think it's enough sheen to actually accentuate anything that you don't want accentuated in the case that you do have larger pores. But it's just so youthful and glowy. It's a really pretty like peach apricot-y color. So good. So good. I have been using this so much. So that is Tweed Beige. And like I said, I can only hope that it's still available. I will put it down in the description bar if it is. So let's move on to eyes, a couple tools, and then we're done. These 3 eyeshadow / powder products have been on my eyes in some form or another, at least one of them throughout the entire month. The first one is actually a bronzer. This is the Beautycounter bronzer in Cabana. If you follow my other channel, I did a like really quick, fast and easy, minimal product summer look over there. And I used this on my eyes, and ever since then, I have been hooked on using it on my eyes. It's the most perfect color for eyeshadow. It's what I have in my crease today, and I also have it buffed underneath my eyes. It's just the perfect summer brown. I don't know what else to say. I should have worn it on my cheeks today. I was so concentrating on wearing it on my eyes. I totally picked something else up, but you can see if you watch the other video, I also use it on my face. It's just perfect. I love this. It's beautiful just by itself in the crease. It's really pretty buffed all over the lid. I've sometimes not used it on top of the lid, but have used it to kind of buff out underneath the eyes, and I just love this color. That's it right there. Let's see if I can swatch it. There's just something about it. I mean, you may have eyeshadows that like are similar to this, but it's just something about the way this color looks on the eyes that I have been absolutely loving. So again, that's the bronzer in the color Cabana. And then I have 2 eyeshadow palettes that I've been reaching for pretty consistently, and it's funny because one is super low end, I don't want to say low end, but like drugstore, and one is super high end. So let's talk about the high end one first. And I did use this in, oh, the Tweed blush was in my playing with new makeup video. There you go. I did use this in that as well. This is the Tom Ford Quad in Body Heat. I purchased this one and Suspicion in the VIB Sephora sale. I think this is my favorite, which I never would have guessed. I would have said Suspicion would be my favorite because it's got the warm golds, which I absolutely love. But, oh, this one is so pretty. I definitely recommend you going to see that video if you haven't already, because the look that I did there was so easy, but it didn't look easy, if that makes sense. I just used these top 2 colors. These top bottom colors are gorgeous on the outer corner for a really deep smoky eye. They're even really nice for liners. This is the wet dry formula, which not all Tom Ford quads are, but I do talk about the best way I feel like they are applied in that video if you haven't seen that. But this one, I've just been reaching for this all month long. I love it. And yes, I will do a look with this Suspicion palette. I'm not quite sure when that's going to happen, but I will, because I know some people have asked that. The next one is from Covergirl. This actually came in a gift with purchase that I received from Ulta. And when I first got it, I'm like, okay, I'm probably never going to use that. And then I used it the next day just so I could say I did. And I truly have not been able to put it down. This is, the color that's on my lids came from this palette, but this is the Peach Scented, which I don't really smell peach. True Naked Peach Punch Palette. That's a lot of P's. I love peach eyeshadow. Peaches and orange are my favorite colors to wear on my eyes because they really make my blue eyes pop. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, those are pretty colors. And they are. They are very pretty colors. But they are very pretty, high-performing colors. I am so utterly impressed with this palette. And I will say there are a couple colors I have not tried yet, but truly I believe it is only these 2 right here, this really dark brown and that like bone color. The rest I have. I love this color right here in the crease. This one right here is what I have on my lids today. I'll swatch that one. It's this, I mean, it's not, this one's more of like a rose gold. The crease color was more peach. I hope you're going to be able to see it, but it's so pretty. They're very pigmented. This bronze color I wore all over my lid. Oh, I know you're going to be able to see this one day, and it made such a pretty like bronze smoky eye for this time of year. This color right here is so pretty on the outer corner. It just really is a gorgeous palette. I'm so glad that I got it with that gift with purchase, because I don't really truly look at Covergirl eye palettes that much, even though I have like the golden one of this, and I actually really enjoy it, so I probably should from now on. But I don't know that I would have seen this if I had not gotten it in that gift with purchase, and I'm so glad I did because I've truly been wearing this out lately, and I have loved my look every single time. Okay, a couple of tools that I'm going to talk about, and then we'll be done. I have to say, this has become my absolute favorite makeup sponge ever. This is the e.l.f. sponge. I don't even know who I heard of this from first, but I added it on real quickly to one of my Ulta orders, I believe in April, and I have since bought like 2 or 3 more for backup because I love it so much. There's something about this sponge. I did just use it for my concealer, but you know, I'm mostly like a brush girl when it comes to foundation, and I'm not going to say I'm totally converted back to a sponge, but I have been using this for a foundation way more than I have ever used another sponge in the past year. There's just something about the way this blends it out. I like that it gets this big, which is fair. I mean, it's a lot bigger than like the Real Techniques and Beauty Blender sponges get. This is the same like shape as the Real Techniques, which I appreciate because I've always liked that really flat side, but then you can turn it over and use it for concealer. It's not too big to where it can't fit into those inner corners of your eye. There's just something special about this, and it's $4. So I think every one of y'all needs to pick it up and try it because what are you going to lose? There is nothing to lose. And then finally, this brush I have started using again for bronzer, and I've loved it. I feel like I may have even talked about this in another favorites video sometime last year, but you know how you get kind of in a comfort zone with brushes, and then you decide to put them up and pick something else up, and then you're with that for like 6 or 7 months, and you just get into little spurts. Well, I'm back on this brush for bronzer, and it's the Osmosis Color Large Accent Brush. I purchased this from Premier Look, and it's just basically a very large duo fiber brush. I love the density of the handle. I love the fact that the ferrule is the same color as the handle. There's something very sleek about that. And I just love the brush. So I have been using this for bronzer. It just diffuses everything so nicely to a lot of times to where I feel like I don't even need to buff out with my, you know, Hourglass or Guerlain powders because it diffuses everything so nicely itself. Love this. This would also be a great brush to actually do your buffing with, but I have just been really loving it for bronzer. So that is going to wrap up my May favorites. Be sure and let me know down in the comment section below what yours were. I am looking forward to June. I'm doing a lot of traveling in June, 2 weeks of which I may not be wearing so much makeup. So June favorites may be a lot shorter than this, but these are very much my favorites from the month of May. So as always, thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope y'all all go out and have a very blessed day.